Well, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday. Get yourself in here. We're going to be talking about some good stuff today. It's Wise Women's Wednesday. Yay. Come on on. Come on in. I see a few people coming. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Say hello. There's Marla. Hi, Marla. I'm excited that you're here. Come on in, Sarah. Yay, Sarah. And Heidi's here. Look at us all. We're getting ready for the big Wednesday. This is hump day, as they say. Well, I've got some stuff for you today. I've got some really cool stuff for you today. Things I've been pondering on my own with my own journey and everything as I have basically ketone envy going on with Marla and trying to figure out what the heck is going on with my ketones. I am still losing. It's slow as molasses. And let's just say that sometimes you have to look beyond your ketones and look to your thyroid. So that's where I am. Happy Thyroid Day, guys. I'm just going to call it that. Bring it on in here. I'm glad Lisa's here. Rita's here too. We are talking Wednesday is hump day. Wednesday is the day, it's the middle of the week, and it gives us an opportunity to take a look at what we're doing in our lives, making an assessment, making a choice, making decisions that either support the life that we're trying to create or don't. I love contrast. You know that. I say that all the time. I like to live in contrast. I like to look at, on one hand, if I do this over here, this is going to happen over there. If I do this, this is going to happen over here. This is how it happens. This is how it happens. Catherine, can you believe me and John both lost weight on our 7-day Disney cruise? Yes, I can. Because you flipped the switch, Catherine. Flipping the switch is that, talk about contrast. That's stark. You've got light and you've got dark. When you've got contrast, then you've got decisions to make. I love it. And Sue's got her soup bones. Proud of you, Sue. Get in there. Our sprint is beginning, you guys. Our sprint is starting in less than a week. And now is the time to get ready for it because this is the needle mover time. This is the needle mover time. This is when we see these incredible stories. And yeah, we clear the decks. We get rid of all that inflammation. We do things. We do things. We shake the tree, shake the box, shake up our bodies and say, hey, guess what? You are capable of healing yourself. An Instant Pot is one of the most amazing things on God's green earth. I'm just going to say it that way. I love Instant Pots. Instant Pots make things happen, not instantly, but close to it. That's right, close to it. Wow, you should see this. I'm watching the live numbers. I just went to 69 and it was 130 just a second ago. That's crazy. All right. Well, anyway, listen, sharing is caring. Let's get started with today's show. Sharing is caring. And you know, I love to give away books. I've got a lot of books. Bobby just won this beaut, you know? One of my favorite books that I've written. It's almost 15 years old now. Well, it's 15 years since it was written. And there's some really good recipes in there. If you wanted to change this to a keto book, not hard. Not hard at all. You know what you need to do? You just add some fat, cool down on the protein, and just watch the dairy in there, and you are hot melting. It's pretty cool. This is a good help. So you want to win a low carb book yourself, like Bobby did? Share this video. Share it. Share, 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 share. When you share, do it publicly. Say a little something about why you want your friends to come on in here and learn a little something, because we're all about getting our minds set, getting our mindset set in the right direction, getting our nutrition on, and making really smart moves. That's what we're trying to do, right? So if that's you, if you're a smart woman, you know, let me know about it. I want to know that you're a smart woman. Show me your smartness. So, you know, one of the things about decision making, I think, is that decisions, thank you, Catherine loves her low carb book, yay. Decisions can be something that give you the impetus to keep going or kind of discourage you. You know, we can get a little discouraged. I even told Marlo this morning, I said, I'm a little discouraged I peed on my pee strip and, nothing, lost all the ketones from yesterday. Well, thyroid and all of that, talked to my doctor, just insane. It's just like my thyroid is on the roof right now. It is. My TSH is way up there and I just don't feel so great. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? You're going to get the medication to fix those things. That's what we have the opportunity to do. At any time, we can take a look at what's going on and go in and do Mr. Fix-It on it. Fix what you can and get rid of what you can't. Contrast, right? Contrast. When we roll around in the dirt, you know how dogs do that? They'll roll around in the dirt and they're just stuck. They're in the dirt. They don't know any better. They just think it's a really fun activity. But the consequence is they come into your house with all that stuff all over them. And that's what we do to ourselves when we choose to roll around in stuff that's not very good for us. We do. We roll around in it. We take it everywhere. We're like Pigpen, and we're walking around with a big cloud of dust behind us or a big cloud over our heads. And we have the opportunity to clear the decks and to get rid of that. We do that with the sprint, but I also want you to do that with your head, because this is, it's all about the body clutter, in body clutter. And if you don't have this book, please go to the Fly Shop and order it. This is one of the best books about addictive behavior, addictive eating, about putting on body clutter to hide from the rest of the world and to not deal with the feelings that we have inside. We know about this. We lived it, Marla and I both. And another layer of the onion came off in these last 15 years since we've written the book, and we're writing all about that now. And as women who are a little older than we were, back then, in our 60s, we have a great appreciation for the hormonal process of our bodies and all the things that happen in menopause, post-menopause, and now taking a good look at where we are today so that the next part of our lives, this next, I'm going to say half of our lives, that we can show how we feel. We can show how we feel. Marianne, I know all about the pee strip and the ketone meter. I've got both of those. But thank you. The thing that I really want to do, though, is to show you how indecision is actually a decision to fail. And I'm going to talk about this because I've been dealing with this with a couple of people with some messages that I've received. And to me, when I'm reading these messages, it's looking like you're looking for me to give you the blessing to go out and to make a bad decision. That's what it is. And I look at that and say, okay, look, here it is. And this is what we said last week. If you choose to not do it, that's fine. Just choose to not do it and quit, torturing yourself, torturing me, and bringing everybody else along with you, and just make that decision. Break it off. You don't want to join the sprint? Fine, don't join the sprint. But if you're going to join the sprint, jump in and get everything that you possibly can out of it. Be that person. Be that person. Grow your sprouts. Do the things. Get fully into it and watch the magic happen. Magic happens when you make a decision. Magic happens when you flip the switch. What do you think if we had George Washington walk into the house right now and flip a switch and see electricity come on and see the light come on, something that we all take for granted? Don't you think he would just go, whoa, that's magic? We would blow the top of his head off, right? That's the kind of attitude that we have to have, that we have to understand that every time that light switch goes off, that's magic. That's magic. And we embrace the magic and bring it in. We embrace the magic and bring it in. We get in there, and when we do the work, we get to experience the exhilaration of success. And we can piggyback everything onto that. We can. But if we go in there and we kind of half-ass it, sorry guys, I don't know of another word, but that's a good word. If we half-ass it and just go, whatever, don't read through the thing, the 17 pages, which is a quick, easy read, and just ask everybody else for help. Ask, well, what's this? I don't understand about the bone. I don't get this. I don't get that. It's almost like you've decided that you'd rather hear yourself moan about it than actually do something about it. So powerful women don't act pitiful like that. Powerful women work within their power. If you can't find a recipe, I will promise you, if you can't find it on my page or whatever, and you don't write into customer service, you can Google it. It'll show up. So I showed somebody the other day. This is how you find hot melt spaghetti. Put hot melt spaghetti plus saving dinner into a Google search engine or any search engine. It's going to be the first thing that shows up, and you'll find it easily. It'll take you 2 seconds to do that. It'll be faster than you asking somebody else to do your work for you. I think that's an important thing. I think that powerful women, I know that powerful women jump in and do the work. Powerful women are the women who do the things. They bring the magic to them. They don't just wait and lay back. When you wait and lay back and just say, oh, I just hope everything happens, and blah, 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 blah. You're like Eeyore hoping for sunshine when you're standing under a rainy cloud. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You have to bring the rain yourself. You have to bring the sun in yourself. You have to be the instigator of your own life. And when you do that, that's where the power happens. That's where the magic happens. This is when you are walking in power, standing in power, living in power, and your light switches are going off all over the place. I've never seen it not work that way. And I've also seen women in the sprint who've taken this on as a personal goal of their lives. Like, this next 7 days, I'm on it. And they're the ones with the results. They're the ones who, they're saying, you honestly changed my life. How can a little 7-day program change your life? It can change your life by changing your mind. It can change your life because you've changed your mind. If you've got that kind of power for just eating, what else can you do with that? Start thinking about the shower of blessings that you can bring into your life. I know this for sure. Life is working for me, not against me. Life is working for me, not against me, because this is the thing. You know what I do? I have an expectation of great things happening. I have an expectation that good things are going to happen in my life. I have an expectation that the people that I run into and the people that I'm affecting are going to get powerful things happening in their lives. Because yes, Marla said it, you can be pitiful or you can be powerful, but you cannot be both. And powerful has this infectious quality about it. And it can create new decisions for you in your life, create new pathways in your brain, and create new pathways in your entire life. One 7-day eating plan that you can get for free can have the magic to do that. So here's the thing though, as we live in contrast and understand, and this is what wise women do, we understand that it's not always all about power all the time. Don't you wish? Wouldn't that be so fun? There are times when weakness happens. There are times when we just fall like we're falling. And so when that starts to happen, we just need to be recognizers of this kind of stuff happening. We just need to recognize it. Simple. So you remember, if your pants are on fire, you need to stop, drop, and roll. That's what you need to do when you see yourself going down the wrong path and you see yourself being pitiful instead of powerful. Stop, drop, and roll. And then you get analytical about it. It's a really simple thing to do. Just like stop, push yourself out of the circumstances, stop attaching all the emotional this, that, and the other thing, and just all the stuff. Marla, yes, trunk on fire. That was a good one. Your trunk was on fire. And now you are standing up with all that weight shed. Every time I look at you sitting in that chair, my head, I just keep, and I see you once a week. It just blows me away. So there's a to-do list for you there. When you get analytical, there's a to-do list. Okay, I'm doing all these things. Be analytical about it. Don't put this suffering, oh, this, oh, that, and it's because, and so therefore I'm going to be paralyzed. No, not if you're going to be powerful. If you want to be pitiful, do that. But if you want to be powerful, be analytical. Step back. Say, okay, emotions over here. We'll deal with those in a minute. But here's my to-do list of things that I can do right now today. I can get those seeds and I can get them started growing. I can create some bone broth. I can make that happen in my crock pot or in my Instant Pot. And I'll tell you, if you don't have an Instant Pot or you don't have a crock pot, you've got a stove. Do it on the stovetop. Do it. Those action things make everything start to happen. You attract what you put out. You attract what you do. You get more of the same thing. Have you noticed that? You get more of the same thing. So if you're thinking negative thoughts and you're just being so, sad and pitiful, how much more pity and ick is going to come into your life? Versus living in contrast again, if you are in that powerful mode, watch what happens. Watch the people that just suddenly show up in your life. It's a miracle. I love what Einstein said. There are two ways to live your life. There are only two ways to live your life. As though nothing is a miracle, or as if everything is a miracle. Now let me ask you, how do you want to live? How do you want to live? If I had my choice, somebody just asked about crock pot or Instant Pot, get an Instant Pot. Instant Pot works as a crock pot. It's 2-in-1 appliances. So there you go. You can also brown in it. I just love it. I got rid of all my crock pots and I had like 3. Einstein said, there are two ways to live your life, as though nothing is a miracle or as though everything is a miracle. And when you choose that everything is a miracle, you see the miracles. They show up. Who knew? It's that reticular activating system again. It's like you're going to buy a Honda Civic and suddenly there's like 8 million Honda Civics on the road. Were there before? Yes, you just didn't notice them before. You haven't noticed the miracles because you haven't switched on the miracle looker. Your own eyes. What a fabulous way to live. And how much love does that bring into your life? How much good stuff does that bring into your life? How many moments does that bring into your life that you savor and love and it's juicy and your life is suddenly completely different? It's true. It is 100% true. I promise you this because I've lived it. I promise you this because I make a decision every single morning that my life is going to produce miracles. I am creating the life I want on a daily basis. On a daily basis. I create the life I want by putting in the right food into my mouth. Look at the contrast. I create a life I want by fasting some days and feasting on others. The contrast, again, is stark. Fasting and feasting are two very different things, and they both have great things to do for you if you just learn to utilize them well, right? So get analytical. Make your list of all the things that you can do to walk into your power and to start looking for miracles. And then gather your girls. You know who your girls are? Your girls are sitting right now in the Sprint Facebook group, and they're waiting for you. When you are in the place where you've got the support, the encouragement, the atta girls, all of those things, guess what happens? Guess what happens? Suddenly, you have an impetus. Suddenly, there's movement. There is a momentum of things happening in your life at that point. A momentum. And it starts with just a 7-day plan. A little 7-day plan has the ability to do that for you in your life. It opens up the possibilities. And Bobby just said, yes, I love my girls. You have to love your girls. Your girls have got your back. And then when you take it a step further and you go deeper, you say, I want a body clutter buddy, and you get into it. If you have to get into it, if you have to start unearthing some stuff, sometimes you need somebody who's just going to walk with you side by side. I have that person in my life, and I'm blessed. And I know you have one, and you need one. You need new friends, you need a new circle, join the Sprint. Do the work, get it done. And then you have to look at your blind spots. Do you have a blind spot? I know I do. I've got plenty of blind spots. And you know something? Marla called me out on it. I have somebody in my life who will call me out on my garbage. And do you want to hear something? I have to have that. Do you understand why? If I just walked around without looking at my blind spots, which I can't see, then I would be ruining certain aspects of my life. And when I have somebody say, but you're not looking at this, Leanne, then guess what? I'm missing the boat. I'm missing the boat. If I'm not going to listen, and I'm going to put, there's so many people who are you've seen them, they're so prickly, so defensive. Marla said, you know what? You said blah, 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 and then you did this. I was like, whoa, remember that? And we had a little tech session afterwards and she showed me. I was like, I'm never going to learn that. I mean, why do that? I'm never going to is the worst thing you could ever say. Although you can say, I'm never going to bungee jump if you want, and I will say you're a smart woman. I want to keep you safe. But blind spots are something we all have. And you need somebody in your life who has your back, who loves you always, and isn't always picking on you and critical and awful. But when you do something, they're willing to say to you, hey, you know what? You're not looking at this. I need that in my life. And I want the friends in my life to allow me to be that person in their life too. This is what we do. Marla Silly is that person in my life. And for 19 years, I have trusted her with pointing out my blind spots. We do that with each other. If you don't have somebody that you do that with, then get a buddy and say, look, let's fast track this friendship. I need this. This is what I need in my life. I need somebody who's going to help me with this because I keep stumbling. This is the place I keep falling. And then you get to move on from there. And then if you reward that good behavior, the good stuff, all the cool stuff that you're doing in your life, guess what happens? You reinforce the stuff that you want in your life. You reinforce the stuff that you want in your life. When you do the sprint and you follow it to the letter, and that's not to say it's going to be picture perfect. No, you just do it excellently. You do it to the very best of your ability. And you find out something about yourself. You'll find out what you're made of. Inside, you'll find a strength you didn't know you had. You'll find that you are a miracle maker yourself. And you'll find that your body is miraculous. And you'll find that you are uniquely, fearfully, and wonderfully made. And that God doesn't make crap, folks. He doesn't. You're here for a purpose. And so your job then is to line up with that purpose and to get your vehicle in order. That's it. Get your vehicle in order so you can do the things that you're supposed to be doing. Getting your house in order and getting your body in order, you know what those two things are? Those two things are the power to change your life. When you don't have to worry about your house, when you don't have to worry about your body, you can free up the mental space for other things. You can live creatively, you can live curiously, and you can live powerfully. No longer in this place, no longer in this zone of I just don't even know what to do anymore. Being curiously creative helps you to live in the, well, what if this happened? Can you imagine? I love that. I think about that all the time. Can you imagine? I say this to Mark all the time. Can you imagine if blah, blah, blah? Can you imagine? I have my goals. I have my visions. I have all these things that I want. And I drag Marla into it all the time. You need to be able to drag a friend in. It makes it fun, and she does the same thing with me. We think in terms of the visions that we have for ourselves and what we want to see for our community, what we want to see for you, and to lift you up and make you better. Lift you up and make you better. Have you ever had that opportunity to be in a group that does this for you on a regular basis? So much so that you're able to get done things that you never thought you could get done before. That you are able to put yourself back in control and not be run over anymore. That you suddenly have a voice. Being creative and curious helps us to do that. We can start imagining ourselves differently. I want you to see yourself 1 year from now living a completely 100% different life. I want you to see your house beautiful, decorated, easy. Somebody knocking on your door and you're just like, come on in. Okay? And then I want you to see yourself walking across the street. Walking across the street, and maybe you're taking your dog out or whatever, but you don't look like you do today. You look completely different. And you are wearing a pair of jeans that you haven't thought of for a long time, or you had to go out and buy. That's what I want to see. I want you to have these visions for yourself, and I want you to take all this negative stuff and all these I can't, but I don't know, and but, I want you to take your butts and dump them. Put your butts in the can. Your butts belong in the can, okay? The possibilities, the probability happens when you live in the possibility. I just made that up. That's pretty good. The probability is much greater when you're living with the possibilities. When you think, just imagine, can you imagine what would happen if, and you start thinking in these lovely creative terms. I like that. If we can do that, we can start creating a life that looks 100% different. 1 year from today, I am going to be buying a house. You can mark that down on everybody mark it down on your calendar. I am going to be buying a house. And it's going to have a view. I'm hoping there's some water, but I already know what it's going to look like. It's on my vision board. That house is around here somewhere, and I'm going to be buying it. I'm just letting you all know. That's my vision for myself. My vision for myself is also those size 6 jeans that I showed you. I'm going to be putting those on, and they might even be a little loose around the waist. I'll just tell you right now, I'm down 11 pounds. I'm happy about that. I haven't skirted off as much weight as I wanted to, but I'm happy that I'm staying with the vision, even if I'm not exactly where I want to be. But you can be if you just stay the course. Consistency is your best friend. Consistency keeps you in the lane. Consistency gives you back your life, and it gives you the life that you want to live. Don't consistently eat a bunch of garbage. Don't consistently put yourself down. Don't consistently do all that stupid stuff. You already know better about that. But your consistency from the habits that you learn from doing the sprint, just a little old 7-day plan, can help you get through all the rest and connect all the dots. And then you build strength from there. You build strength from there. Your weaknesses, not so much. They're falling down, and they're small and they're little. But your strengths, the belief in yourself, your ability to create out of your own curiosity and your own desire for a life that's so much greater than what you have today, that's what's going to happen. And believe that. Write those intentions out. Write your I ams out. Do the things. The things. You know what the things are. Indecision is a decision to fail. It is a decision. Indecision is a decision, and it is a decision to fail. Don't live in that zone. That's crazy town. Get off the carousel of crazy. You've had enough, right? I'm dizzy from it. No more. I know what to do. You know what to do. Let's gird our loins, girlfriends. We're strong women, and let's lift each other up. That's right. It's not a competition. It's not a race. It is a sisterhood. And we do it in the sprint. That's where we start. And it gets better and better and better. And if you're not there on Monday, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to tell you, maybe it's just not your time. But if you're not there on Monday, you are missing the opportunity to change your life. Because I've watched it. I've heard it. I've seen the videos. I've gotten the emails. On and on and on. You can do this. You have it within you. You have it deep inside of you, and you have so much more power than you give yourself credit for. And right now, I am asking you to rise up and to grab it because it's yours. All right? I'm excited about the sprint. Tomorrow, for the hot melt dieters. That's the other group. That's my paid group. We have my supplement guy, Todd, coming in at 2:00 Eastern, and he's going to give you the lowdown on the latest studies and show you how to do everything. I am so excited because I know about the supplements, of course, and everything, but he's like 8 levels above me, and it's like having, Einstein in the room, and you were going to love what he has to say because he's going to show you how to really shoot things up. So it's going to be super exciting. So just remember this. This is easy. I'm going to wrap all of this stuff up. You can suffer the pain of change, or you can suffer remaining the way you are. The sprint gives you the opportunity to change that. Don't suffer and stay the way you are. It's time to grow. And I don't care if you're 70, 80, 90, 100 years old. We all have the ability to change at any time. So let's do it with the sprint, right? All right, ladies, that's all I got for you. Don't forget Q&A is on Friday. If you have questions, send them to support@savingdinner.com and I'll get them answered. And then at 3:00 today, we have tea time. I can't wait. I had tea time all by myself yesterday because I forgot it was at 2:00 and the rest of my day was all off. I have a rhythm going here, girls. So I appreciate you hanging in there with me. If you've got questions about anything, send in support, And don't forget, we have everything in the shop right now. Even if it says back ordered, it's coming in right now. So go place your supplement order so we can get it to you. We're really fast, but not if you don't put it in there in time. All right. Grazie. I'll see you at tea time.